Alright, so I just opened some packs and I got Alexstrasza and Thelnos, which is nice, because I just made a deck. Um, it's kind of like a freeze mage, but without Frost Nova and Doomsayers. So it's gonna be kind of weird to control the board. Obviously, if my opponent is some kind of opponent that likes to flood the board, then I'm in trouble because I don't have Frost Nova Doomsayer combo. And I just wanted to, make use of my newly uh, obtained Alexstrasza and Thelnos, and kind of feature Alexstrasza in the way that the Freeze Mage would use Alexstrasza. I'm just hoping that I can show it, in one game where I just got the cards. Um, so obviously I'm gonna highlight my pack opening that I did earlier. Um, this hand, even though I did put Conjurers and Duplicate, but I don't think I want to like start out hoping to duplicate Conjurers. But then this hand is really bad. This is why I don't usually hard mulligan, and I guess I'm punished for doing that. I'm just hoping that this priest is a slower priest and not like a minion-based priest, so that my hand actually doesn't seem to suck that much. Okay, so it is a slightly slower priest, I would assume. And that was a good draw, because I didn't get my mad scientist that I put in the deck. And I chose to do Vaporize here because, again, my hand is really slow and reactive. So it's really good that, oh, okay, it's fine. So it's really good that I actually got a Vaporize because the first thing that he plays, I wouldn't be able to kill. Um, because I don't have reactive spells, I have reactive minions.
Do you have the artifact?
Wow, such an early Elise. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna spend like a fireball on it or anything, so I mean, I don't have those. So here, since I didn't draw my water elemental, then I'll just play my Delarian Aspirant. Of course, this kind of sucks, um, but honestly, it's one of the targets where I don't mind getting Shadow Word Pain or something like that. Um, Ooh, somebody that actually plays Master Spell, so he must be playing against a lot of Raptor Rogues and I don't know what else. Most likely Raptor Rogues, I would say. That's the counter Raptor Rogues. So here, since I already have my Alex, um, definitely, the best way to do this is to Thorazon. So here I'm probably going to see a lot of removals like that. I mean, Thorazon obviously. Okay, so he did have the Shadow with Pain, but he decided to just see what I was gonna play to see if he wanted the Shadow with Pain. But again, my Shadow with Pain. I mean, it's good to see the Shadow with Pain because I have Flamewakers in the deck. Um, I added Flamewakers in the deck because I just wanted to kind of do a mix between of each kind of decks. Um, so yeah, Mad Titanus was a good draw here. Even though I wanted to play Flamewaker, I really wanted my secrets to start popping up because, after all, I do have secrets and I want to start getting them active, especially before he can play Cabal. But unfortunately, he had the Cabal because, in the way that he played really slow in the early game, you can tell that he has um, a Cabal ready in hand. And here I decided to use my Polymorph because, again, since he was so slow, I think I can handle it. And um, most priests nowadays would actually want to steal your cards to Polymorph. Um, so I'm not gonna care about, you know, what's gonna come in the future because it's gonna be really far. Usually Entomb priests or priests who at least have one Entomb often will rely on me on his or her opponent, which is me, who is me, to play those kinds of cards instead. So Polymorph is like a dead card usually, especially in this matchup. Um, the priest is like a reactive card stealing person, and I already hold on to most of my bigger creatures, so that poly wasn't a big deal. And here I just now used up my Black Knight because um, that's the whole point of Black Knight. So apparently he thought Stole, Blizzard, and Mad Scientist, which is fine. Spellbender's good here, especially when Flamewaker is out on the board, and normally people don't expect Spellbender. So I'm just gonna clean up his side of the board. I really want to stay at perfect health if I can the whole game. Uh, it sucks to not be able to Black Knight a Death Lord, but um, I mean I have my duplicate up, so we'll see uh, what I can get here. No, 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 no. I knew you had it. Yeah, I mean Shadow Madness with Flamewaker is one of the strongest combos to counter a Flamewaker Mage deck. Huh, he decided not to do anything. That's interesting. Well, since I have my duplicate up, I'm not gonna keep my Spellbender alive since, the priest didn't do anything. But that pretty much makes it really obvious that it's duplicate. But then I'm gonna, renew my Flamewaker since I drew my other one. Because the 2 health one doesn't really matter, and the only spell I have here is really a Flame Strike, so um, the point is that I really want him to invest more if he wants me to duplicate my Flame Wakers, instead of having just a 2/2 Flame Waker, which can easily be traded and he can just heal up. So he decided to mind control my Black Knight in case of the duplicate. And I made it pretty obvious that it was a duplicate. So I'm just gonna Flame Strike here, hoping to kill the Death Lord. And I did. And that's a good drop. I mean, that's probably one of my other strong cards in the deck. I guess I forgot to mention that earlier. I mean, I had Black Knight and Alexstrasza in my hand, so I mean, chances of, the only other strong card would be that. And that counters Light Bomb in a way, and both my creatures on the board counters Light Bomb, so that was good. And here, this is a good duplication. Duplicating Water Elementals is great. Uh, the Priest already showed that one Shadow Word Pain and one Shadow Madness and Master Spell. So um, there aren't many things left to counter Water Elementals. So I expected a Holy Nova here because the Light Bomb showed that both my creatures were down to 2 health, and that was a good draw. I mean, it's about time that I drew into that. Um, I don't think I want to draw more cards because I think I will get to fatigue most likely in this matchup. So here I just pick my Dragon's Breath and um, just try to not let the priest heal the Belcher up or even Power Word Shield or Valence it. I mean, we haven't seen Valence. Um, we haven't seen Entomb either. So here's a Zombie Chow. Okay, so the priest is kind of showing his hand, but it's a weaker hand, which is a good thing. So that's my second Mad Scientist, which is what I want to see. I'm going to drop my duplicated Flamewakers. I'm going to kill the Zombie Chow. The reason for that is because I haven't seen the Arcanize, and you don't really want them to actually make use of Arcanine. Uh, I mean, most of the time nowadays, Priest actually cannot play the damaging Zombie Chow method because they will use Zombie Chow on turn 1 or just for tempo trades. Uh, Rarely do they pull off the negative or the damaging combo for Zombie Chow. Rarely. Here I'm just gonna kill the um the cleric, I believe, because healing power. I mean, okay, so I got ice block, which is what I was expecting. I was just checking. I just don't want to get hurt so much, and I don't really want anything to happen um, with like buffs and stuff. So it's good to always keep the priest board clean. Usually priests would win if they have 3 or more creatures, or even 2, if they can buff them. So it's always nice to control the priest down a little bit. I definitely didn't want to see Dr. Boom there, but I have my Flamewakers. So this is, I'm gonna be careful here. I think I'm gonna freeze Dr. Boom because I don't want to take more damage. I kind of, oh, that's not good for me. That was bad. Oh no, that was bad. Okay, at least I drew my Forgotten Torch. So I'm just gonna ping this and just prepare um, my sheep to kill Dr. Boom if uh, my opponent decides not to heal it. But I I doubt that he wouldn't want to heal it because I mean healing it would mean that I have to focus on Dr. Boom. Wow, he didn't play anything else, huh? So I'm just gonna use this torch right now. I mean, he was probably expecting that, and which means I'm gonna be short on burst to his face, which is a good sign for the priest, especially when the priest doesn't show anything on the board. And the priest showed on that one turn where he dropped Zombie Chow and Cleric, means that the hand is really most likely weak. Um, so here I'm just going to use my top deck Blizzard. I mean, it's good to always hide what you have from since the beginning. Ooh, Mana Storm, Millhouse. Oh man, that's the worst thing to see. Uh, because I don't have anything else that I can kill
I have no time
Mana
for
Storm.
games.
Oh, Sylvanas too. So basically, because definitely I wasn't gonna hold Polymorph the entire game, and that Cabal Shadow Priest early game was really, really big. Oh, okay, this draw is perfect. I believe I can kill Sylvanas without being having anything stolen. Just ping off that and then trade into that. And yes, my side of the board is I'm now I now lost my board control, um, which is why this priest is now really happy that you know he or she can finally play um, creatures without getting cleaned up or traded or something like that. I am running out of cards. That is a good draw. I need some spells to help me out with this situation. I think Spellbender is a little bit better. I mean, Counterspell does the same job. Um, but because I've only seen one Shadow with uh, Death, and I haven't seen Entombs, so um, basically, Spellbender works better than Counterspell because, I mean, even if you countered an Entomb, it's kind of the same thing. Spellbender is more demeaning, I think, and that's a good draw because uh, that doesn't do any face damage, which I need more burst, and I'm already short on burst, so I'm not sure if I can win this game. I do know that I have my 2 ice blocks. Oh, there's a map. I have 2 ice blocks. One is active in play, and one is in my hand, and I have Alex. So we are getting to the point where it's fatigue, but then again, he just did the map, so um, which means that he can have more legendaries than I do, and I don't have polymorph anymore, so it's going to be a pain. But I just drew my fireball. I mean, after all, I am low on cards, so I haven't seen my fireball, and here comes the Entomb. I knew it was coming because, um, the whole point. Yeah, see, and that also causes him to not draw his, uh, you know, Spellbender is gonna become a card, so it will help buy more time to have him not pick up the Golden Monkey. But I still win because I have my Frostbolt burst to his face. And I hope you enjoyed it. I kind of explained over stuff.